Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Monkey Hero Adventures. I have tested both audio. We are good to go. No more audio issues, I promise. We are going to start tackling the Crystal Raid series. I will probably do this in a few different sections. This is a very long series with 3 different 24-man raids. A lot of cutscenes, a lot of reading. There are no voice acting in this. So yeah, we'll see how far we can get. I might do it as in few as possible. We will be waiting on queues, so that should take a little bit of long time too. So let's start right here. Outlandish man, what do you got for us? The Legacy of Alec. An oddly garbed man visiting Revenant's Toll has some information which might be of interest to an experienced adventurer. Do I know you? Ah, unless I am very much mistaken, you were the famed adventurer who bested the Garlean Emperor's general, are you not? The great monkey hero himself. Amazing, and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. But I recently received word of a truly unique opportunity, you see. An opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven could take advantage. The reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk? A single misstep could cost you your life. But what is a little danger to a storied hero such as you? A man with absolute confidence in his own ability stands to profit handsomely from this adventure. No, I crave no recompense for my part in this bringing you this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. If my words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you speak with a man named Rambros at St. Coinac's Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Alright, let's go. I also have this other little... What is in here? I know there's like some quests in here. Let's see. This is... Yeah, I think these are all just, optional level 50 dungeons I can open up later. This is, I believe another, level 50 dungeon. Yep. And these are, another, that's Stone Vigil Hard. These are all hard mode dungeons, level 50 dungeons. This guy here opens up the extremes. And I could have done all this off stream. There you go. See, Ultimate Ballad. What do you got for me? Hawk Manor hard mode. Alrighty. So you can see we have a lot of different things here. Alright, let's go over here and talk to Rambros. So I had another. Hey, Choco Keep. Yeah, I had this thing to turn into this guy. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, Rambros. Why, if it isn't Monkey Hero himself. I was not expecting such a celebrated guest. To what do I owe the honor of this visit? Well, you see, this guide told me to come here. You were directed here, you say, by a man clad in foreign garb. Well, the opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthropogeographical endeavor. Quite how he came to know about it is another matter. All knowledge of this project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. But that is something for me to ponder in private. You are here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer could very well find himself on an unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Oh yeah, of course. I rather thought you'd say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now, the first... Monkey! I thought that was you. What brings you to St. Quinex? Don't tell me. The Alliance is sent on another realm-shaking, history-making mission to lay low an apparently insurmountable foe, yes? No? Ah, I see the two of you are already acquainted. That is well. Master Garland, our intrepid hero here, caught wind of our forthcoming expedition and has kindly pledged to assist us. He has he? Well, glad to have you aboard, Monkey. You don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Very well. Let us begin at the beginning. The sons of Koinak are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Allegan Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into civilization's mysteries than ever before. Ah, but I know that look. In the event that you feel ill-equipped to contribute much on the subject of Allegan archaeology, I invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. That mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond aught Garlemald can presently achieve. Nero Tol Sceva simply awoke it. I mention this by way of a reminder that you have had what one might term extensive first-hand experience with a notable Allegan relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. I don't think that's how it works, Sid. Now to the core of the matter. Here in Mordona, there stands an entire Allegan structure which we have yet to investigate. I speak, of course, of the Crystal Tower. After witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon, and the Lesser Moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants of that era with the utmost caution. They must be analyzed, monitored, and, above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. To put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal legatus wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Sons and propose that the tower be explored. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground. But like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was free from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming sphere of crystal pointed at the bosom of the heavens. We believe the tower has the repository of much of the ancients' wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses. We cannot make so much as a peep through the keyhole, much less set a foot inside. These defenses take the form of statues carved in the likeness of a giant swordsman. The 8 sentinels, as the Sons are wont to call them, is the first barrier we must overcome. Why not simply fly over them in an airship, you ask? It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. We either destroy those statues, or the front door is forever beyond our reach. My colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazards. Thus, if we are going to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must employ the services of an experienced adventurer. It will be difficult and dangerous, Monkey, but I think of no finer man for the task. If I didn't know better, I'd say you'd have a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. There is much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. I am prepared. Our first objective is to reach the entrance to the Crystal Tower. As I previously mentioned, however, that will prove no easy task. The entrance is guarded by powerful defense mechanisms, each utilizing one of the four elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past these unsleeping sentinels invites swift obliteration. Based on Master Garland's analysis, however, we are reasonably certain that the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of corresponding element. Naturally, these crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used in the Beastmen in their primal summoning rituals. Mayhap I should have said exactly like these specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the Beast Tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, I would have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Pray make for Lenosha, where both the Sapsa spawning grounds and the Ugoro mines are located. You may be certain that the materials used in the Beastmen's sacred rituals will be defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave to your discretion. But whatever you do, please be careful. Alrighty. Let's go to the mines first. Oh, level 54. Actually, I haven't ventured over here yet. I mean, I obviously have plenty of times, but I haven't shown you this area. This is where all the Sahagin are. We haven't gotten into their storyline yet. That is a post-patch story, which, you know, we will be getting to after we finish the, oops. Need to be in the spawning grounds, not over here. Okay, baby. That's my daughter. Alright, we got our 2 crystals. Let's go back and deliver the flawless crystals. How progress is your effort in infiltrating the Beastman's strongholds? Yeah, it was pretty simple. So these are the famed flawless crystals of the Beast Tribes. I've seen countless specimens from what I know, not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Monkey. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Xanarak, the war camp of the Amalja in Thanlin, the latter in Natalin, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Korthus. You can expect them to be closely guarded as the first 2, if not more so. Still, I look forward to receiving word of your resounding success. Yep, no problem. I usually go to Forgotten Springs when I go to the Thanlin one, but today we're going to go to Little Amigo. That's the left guy, okay. Wait, where's he out? There it is. I mean, it really is like, yeah, I mean, like, there's Forgotten Springs. It's very close either way. I do think this is technically a little closer. And on to Korthus we go. I was going the wrong way. Magubu's on watch out. And back to Rambros. Monkey, it's good to see you. Tell me, were you able to obtain the remaining crystals from the Beastman? You know I was. Wonderful. With all 4 crystals in hand, we are now ready to proceed to the next stage of our preparations. I hope I did not give the impressions that we would be embarking on the journey to the Crystal Tower just yet. Alas, there is another step which must be completed ere we come to that. While the crystals you acquired are indeed flawless, they are of little use to us in their present form. If they are to reflect the elemental forces of the tower's defenses, they must needs be cut and polished, a process which calls for a very particular set of materials. Procuring them will be challenging in itself, I fear. Needless to say, we will be requiring your services once again. What you need, man? If the flawless crystals you procured for us are to retain their elemental purity during the shaping process, a very specific set of abrasive substances will be required. When I say substances, but one might just as well call them one substance, namely aether sand, which has 4 elementally aspected varieties. Alas, aether sand is neither common nor cheap. Indeed, it is not unusual for the abrasive to exceed the value of the precious stones it's used to polish. Given the rarity of the materials in question, the Goldsmith Guild in Ul'dah seemed the likeliest place to purchase the quantity we require. When I contacted the Guildmaster, however, I was informed that no aether sand was currently available. Though I requested the word be sent as soon as new stock came in, I have yet to receive aught but apologies. I should mention at this point that I placed the order some time before you produced the flawless crystals. I am well aware that acquiring aether sand is no small feat, of course, and I am not an impatient man. But I fear the more we delay our investigation, the greater the risk that the tower's secrets may fall into the hands of the other, less savory parties. That is why I wish to entrust you with the payment for one purchase and send you to speak directly to the Guildmaster Serendipity. Mayhap the presence of such a distinguished personage will spur the guild into action. In any event, it is my hope that when we next meet, you will have found at least one of the 4 varieties of aether sand we require. Alright, so I need to go talk. I just dropped Alphino's name, right? Because, like, that's all I needed to do last time. Be like, do you know who I am? Do you know? I'm with Alphino. Right, let me grab these while I'm here, too. Like, Alphino said, give me all this sand, please. That's all I should have to do. Can't hunt yet. That's weird. Okay, I don't want that one. Alright, so, okay. Nope. Ah, Master Hero, welcome, welcome. What brings you here, if I may ask? I got all this money. I need aether sand. You're here on behalf of the Sons of St. Coinac. What fortunate timing. I was just about to contact Master Rambros with the news that we finally managed to acquire a quality fire-aspected aether sand. I'm afraid it may be some time before we can supply the other 3 varieties, but you're welcome to settle accounts for that which we have now. Pray speak to Jemmy over the... I do beg your pardon. It seems she's assisting another customer. Come on! There must be something you can do. Without that sand, we'll have to rethink our whole design. I sympathize with your plight, sir, but as I explained, the aether sand in question is already spoken for. If you'd like to reserve the next shipment, then I would be happy to accept the funds you've offered as partial payment. Partial? Are you saying it's not enough? I've already stretched our research budget as it is. I suppose a man can do without a midday meal for a year or 2. Monkey, it's been too long. What brings you here then? Got your eye on something expensive, have you? Well now, that is quite a money pouch. The sound of so many gill clinking together is strangely satisfying, is it not? Calming, and yet invigorating at the same time. Oh no. You're here for the blooming aether sand, aren't you? Well, I can't deny the Allegan civilization's a subject worth researching. The chief said he was looking into something big, but we never thought to ask him what. Wedge and I have been busy, too, tinkering with the new airship design. To think of much else, see, well, I say tinkering, wrestling would be more like it. Still, after much wringing of hands and gnashing of teeth, we managed to put together a prototype crystal-powered propulsion system. We got the idea when we heard how you lot had used a corrupted crystal on board of the Enterprise. As a matter of fact. Anyway, to cut a long story short, our design calls for 4 varieties of aether sand. And that's why I can't just relinquish my claim on this batch here, even for you, lad. How are we meant to usher in a brave new age of technological innovation, if not by technologically innovating, eh? While I hesitate to interrupt such an impassioned speech, duty compels me to point out that this gentleman is a representative of the organization that reserved the aether sand in question, to mention nothing of the fact that his purse is considerably larger than yours. Oh, it's like that, is it? All right, this batch is yours. I'll let you have it. But if you're going to take my sand, it's only fair that you grant me a role in this project of yours. I'll take that as a yes. It's not every day you get a chance to experiment with the wonders of the ancients. With any luck, they'll inspire me to think up another technological innovation or two. Now then, from what you've told me, I'm guessing you'll be needing the other 3 varieties of elementally aspected aether sand as well, right? Then rather than sitting on your rump waiting for a shipment that may never come, I reckon time would be better spent looking for the stuff yourself, and it just so happens I know a good place to start. There is said to be a peddler in North Thanolin who, very occasionally, handles the earth-aspected variety of aether sand. Wedge is in the process of confirming the rumor as we speak. I know what you're thinking. When did my timid little friend decide he didn't need me to hold his hand anymore? The answer being, just the other day. Seems he's been inspired by a certain adventurer's heroic example. I thought he was joking when he volunteered to go to Thanolin without me. I just hope he manages to stay out of trouble. Head out to Blue Fog, and you should find him poking about with his new bodyguard. Oh, did I mention her? Aye, Wedge thought it would be wise to hire an adventurer to accompany him, just in case your heroic example turned out to be less inspiring than he first thought. Save your greetings. If you're looking for a hired blade, then you'll have to look elsewhere. After the day I've had, the only company I crave is the squat, silent type. The type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You wish to hear my tale? I warn you, 'tis no stirring epic. But as you asked, my employer, a Lalafellan lad, wished to pay a visit to a peddler who deals in some manner of special sand. I forget what it was called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, when we arrived, the man claimed his stock had been stolen by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the bandit stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awoken, and we fled in a blind panic. I was separated from my employer in the confusion, and I haven't seen him since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you'd best be prepared for the worst. It is just possible the poor sod may yet be lost in the old Amagina mithril mine, but I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Oh, Wedge. How could I be so stupid? Sneaking into a bandit's lair. It's just not the sort of thing I do. And now I'm going to die for it. No, no, I just need to calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk out of here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I promise I'll leave and I'll never come back. Monkey? Is that really you? But how'd you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was just in the process of retrieving some stolen aether sand, which Biggs and I need for our research. As it happens, it was, I concede, perhaps a touch foolish and nearly fatal, but I did succeed in snatching the stuff before my bodyguard ran away and several dozen bandits came piling after me with knives and axes, and what looked very much like a plank with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the more important thing is, the stolen aether sand is right here in my oh dear. It must have fallen out when I was, taking evasive maneuvers? It seems I won't be leaving this infernal place for a while yet. You'll find the aether sand in my stead? Oh, thank the gods. You're a true friend, Monkey. I hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Yeah, I'm really not worried about them. Oh, dude. I did not realize he had gotten to rank 3. Monkey, have you had any luck locating the aether sand? Yeah, I got it. Yes, that's it. I must return to the workshop at once and tell Biggs the wonderful news. What's that? You're also on a mission to collect aether sand? And you're working with the chief? A treasure trove of elegant knowledge, you say? I see. Then you should really be the one to have this. Biggs and I are far from exhausting all possible avenues of airship innovation, but it sounds as if your problem can't be solved by any other means. This expedition of yours sounds jolly interesting, I must say. I'm half inclined to join you. In fact, I think I will. Any venture worth the chief's time must be worth a look. Right. I'm more than ready to leave this awful place behind. And you should return to Mordona with the aether sand before there are any more, little mishaps. But be sure to keep a close eye on your pockets, Monkey. Will do. I like Wedge. Ah, Monkey, you've returned. I take from your presence that you were successful in procuring some aether sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I got earth and fire. I see, 2 varieties. Well, that is 2 more than could be reasonably expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy. You've done well, truly. If all goes to plan, we need no longer fear death by fire or earth. Master Garland, if you'd be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. One does not encounter materials like these every day. Speaking of which, how in the seven hells did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend, I know only too well how capable you are, but aether sand isn't something you simply find gathering dust at the back of an old merchant's rare gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge. Trust them to design a revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back. How's a genius meant to rest on his laurels when his employees are so damnably inventive, eh? And now they've determined to join us, are they? Typical. I jest, of course. It'll be good to have them around. Still, as a matter of professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the two remaining varieties of aether sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambros, have we any information on where the water and wind aspected types might be hiding? Not of yet, but I've made certain arrangements. We shall soon see if my efforts have borne fruit. Forgive me for observing, but you seem less than enthusiastic about the prospect. If there's a complication, I'd rather we discuss it now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. Mayhap an explanation is in order. But first, let us savor the preliminary victory that Monkey has won for our cause, if only for a moment. Yes, I must speak of the arrangements I made to acquire the two remaining varieties of aether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Charlene acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania and there gather the necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nary a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that something ill has befallen the man. Alas, we do not have time to investigate his fate. As I've mentioned before, the more we delay our expedition, the more likely it is the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into the wrong hands. Therefore, I would entrust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to the Black Shroud and seek out Parsmontret, the master of the markets in Gridania. If anyone knows where aether sand might be bought, it is he. Alright, let's go talk to the market guy in Gridania. Yes? I'm sorry. Did you say you wish to purchase aether sand? My dear fellow, have you the faintest idea of the rarity of the material you seek? Why, I am not so much as seen a grain of aether sand in these markets for many a long year. I could tell you where one might mine the ore from which the water aspect of variety of the abrasive is delivered, but only a desperate fool would willingly set foot in the place. You seem undeterred. Very well. Are you familiar with Earth's Gift? That is where the ore is to be found, in an area inhabited by a particularly pernicious hog. Should you encounter the Betusk nightmare, you will know you're in the right place, albeit at the wrong time. Farewell. Let's go to Earth's Gift. It looks like the wife is logged in. Hulking hog carcass. You're too late, adventurer, and not only for the entertainment. You will find no trace of the ore which but recently lay here, nay, not so much as a speck. Ah, no, you will never spy me from there. Not for the time being, at least. You will have to trust the evidence of your ears. Now stop squinting at the foliage and listen. As I told you, the water-blessed mineral you hope to find is gone. Taken by me. Victory has made me magnanimous, however. Accordingly, I have decided to share the location of an alternative source of aether sand with you. The wind-touched variety, to be specific. I trust I have your attention. Good. A band of Ixal in Northshroud keeps a quantity of the abrasive for the purpose of removing impurities from lesser crystals. Well, do you mean to dally here all day? Make haste, adventurer, before I snatch another prize from under your nose. This is to be a race. The Ixali logging grounds in the North Shroud shall be our destination, and that is where the real amusement will begin. May the best man win. And off to Fall Gourd Float we go. Bravo! That was quite a show, adventurer. While the spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of aether sand slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations, the wind-touched abrasive is yours. And yet, having been treated to such a memorable performance, I cannot help feeling the greater prize is mine. This inequity must not stand. I insist that you accept the token of my appreciation. Payment for this entertainment will be waiting for you to the east, in a clearing within Proud Creek. Play retrieve the gift ere it be crushed beneath the iron feet of the Dalhans. Now, not what you were expecting. I took the liberty of refining the ore from Earth's gift into aether sand. Do keep it safe, adventurer. Lest you accuse me of playing games, you should know that the thought of relinquishing my prize never once crossed my mind, until I saw you in action. Such deeds must be rewarded. It is my vocation, you see, to record history as it may be made by mortal men, and I much prefer to chronicle the accomplishments of the bold and the mighty. Thus, it is my fervent wish that you continue your career with the same courage and zeal you have shown today. We shall meet again, adventurer, and sooner than you may imagine. Okie dokie. What news of your mission? Are we any closer to acquiring the remaining abrasives? Well, I actually have them. You brought both? I shall have Master Garland begin work on the crystals immediately. Yeah, you should. Let me get the high elixir. I can trade that in for a minion. There. That should do the trick. Excellent work. We now possess all 4 of the fangs required to pierce the Crystal Tower's defense. My compliments, Master Garland. Oh, it was a trifling matter, I assure you. Monkey Hero is the one you should be thanking. Anyway, by my reckoning, there's nothing stopping us from striding up to the Allegan's front door. You can't go without us, Chief. Biggs, Wedge, come to lend a hand, have you? Well, it's not every day you get a chance to study the wonders of the Allegan Empire, is it? Their technology makes Garlemald's look ancient. I appreciate your enthusiasm, lads, I really do. But we're not here to take this knowledge for ourselves. Twice in the last decade, the promise of unimaginable power has prompted men to meddle with technology they do not understand, and the realm has been dragged onto the very brink of oblivion on both occasions. We shall not be so irresponsible to risk another. Wedge, you do recall our company's creed? Or do you recall? Yes, Chief. It's, freedom through technology. Exactly. Freedom. When we forsook our homeland, we swore that we would have no truck with machines that could be used to promote tyranny. That has not changed. Should you feel tempted to break your oath, remember this. The wonders of the all-knowing Allegan Empire could not save their civilization, and have damn near doomed others twice. That is why we must explore the Crystal Tower, and if needs be, seal away its secrets. A compelling viewpoint, it is unyielding wills such as yours that have defined the course of history. So you return at last. Pray tell, what has kept you wholly preoccupied that you could not spare a moment to inform me of your progress or preservation? Why, the task you assigned me, of course. Surely you have not forgotten about the Aether Sand. I tasked a passing adventurer with delivering it. A more capable courier I could not imagine. Greetings, adventurer. Did I not say we would meet again? I believe an introduction is order. I am Grahatia, one of the students of Baldessian. I look forward to joining you on your groundbreaking expedition. Grahatia has been assigned to our project as an observer. I hope you will forgive him his eccentricities and welcome him as one of our own. Yeah, I like him. So then, our fellowship is complete, and all stand ready to step into the unknown. 3 cheers for Noah. Noah? That's the name I've chosen for our little collective. Given our differing backgrounds, we cannot very well call ourselves the Sons of St. Quinac, can we? And we must have a memorable appellation if our venture is to leave its mark on the annals of history. I could claim that Noah stands for Nominated Observers of Artifacts Historical, and so it does technically, but my true reason for choosing this name stems from the fact that it is shared by a vaunted Allegan Archmagus. An Archmagus? I like the sound of that. Very well. Now the pressing matter of what we call ourselves has been settled. Is it time we set forth to brave the outer defenses of the Crystal Tower? Is everybody ready to depart? Ready. Gentlemen, the secrets of ancient Alleg beckon. Let's not keep them waiting any longer. Adventurer, you and I will join the engineers of the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allegan history, it seems logical that I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the roles do not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can make but use of the resources at hand. Assuming all are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast. Overshot. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask you to take the lead for the present. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which promoted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, these crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. The last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. I don't even need a fang. I just use my dick with a psych up move again. Haha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand, and my blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Monkey and a hand-picked party of his adventuring companions enter the tower. Wait, what? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of this place is well defended, can you imagine what awaits on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Monkey Hero fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in his absence. While Monkey and his companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Do you ever tire of being right, old man? Monkey, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me to at least provide you some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Monkey. Alright, and now we queue up. We cannot do these with NPCs. These are 24-man raids. But the wife's going to join me, and we just got to wait for it to fill up. It says wait time is less than 5 minutes. What I'm going to do while we wait, just to be proactive, other than chit-chat here, is I'm going to run around and just open up all these other quests that I have, turn them in, get all these other dungeons opened up. These are optional level 50 dungeons and things. And that way, you know, if I need currencies and things like that for later, I hit a spot where I need more gear or I need more experience and things I can do off screen or off recording. Yeah. I'll take some coral pink. I have no idea what that was for, by the way. Oh, that was just to augment my level 90 gear. Okay, dumb. Alright, I guess we'll just do this. We'll go Pharaoh Sirius next. Airport. It is actually... Oh, there it is. So you can actually fly over to thing. Now that flying is the thing, but it is actually quicker to just take the ferry. Costs 40 gil, but you're right there, and you don't have to like fly over the entire ocean. Just much quicker. Let's talk to this guy again. Remember old David. This opens the dungeon Pharaoh Sirius. That is now open. Let's go to Gridania. I talked to Urzadel again. Remember that's a guy we did Hawk Manor, and this is going to unlock Hawk Manor hard mode. So I guess bad has happened again, kind of thing. Let's see, where is he at? No, I didn't say dude. I've got some issues with this controller. Or is it way up there? All right. Oh, that was a really quick pop. So here we go. Labyrinth of the Ancients. As long as everybody actually commences. And our first Crystal Tower. After this, there's a little bit of post cutscenes and I think a post quest. And as soon as we get that first achievement saying basically we've finished the first stage, the first leg of the thing of the 3-parter, then I think that's going to be it. And I will immediately go into the next one. But we're going to do 3 different videos here. We'll do part 1, 2, and 3. Yep. Yeah, it's horrible. She's back. Okay, bow and do your thing. Okay, now I gotta go to Hawk Manor. Oh, yep, somebody didn't commence, so... Oh, repop. Alright, here we go. Just know originally these were a lot harder. The mechanics actually mattered in these fights. None of that matters anymore. The gear and the scale and the stat squishes have made these fights completely irrelevant. They go by super fast. They're super easy. But it is still a really cool spectacle. It's a very beautiful dungeon. And yeah, there is, you know, obviously some... awesome stuff here at the end. And then with the 50 bonus plus the codex you normally get for beating this, we will be able to get our last piece of 130 jewelry right here. So we'll be at maximum item level for level 50, even though we're level 54. And that'll be good. Probably won't do another big gear upgrade until we hit level 60. We should be around the right level in that point when we're in Heaven's Word to get use some poetics that we build up to get some good level 60 gear there. We are in Alliance A though, so at least when we get to the 3rd boss, that means our team will start off being able to attack him, and we'll see how the damage is in our group. If we can kill him before the other groups have a chance to do anything, which is always nice. So on this fight, 4 people have to stand on the platforms, so the other people can do it, which should be fine because we have 3 melee and a tank, and the 4 range will stand on the platform. The rest of them will go attack the Atomos over here. And we cannot actually damage the Atomos if the group that is on our corresponding color is not on their thing. Alright, well, we were definitely the best DPS on that group. We finished our Atomos way before anybody else. So, bodes well. So the way he works is only one of the 3 alliances can actually damage him. It's always A, then B, then C. We get like a set amount of time. And they just screwed up my opener because they pulled before I could hide. Great. Oh well. Rip my damage, but I think I'll still probably be top. We'll see. I can't interrupt that. Embarrassing, we did not complete him, but I was top, so that's fine. I did my part. He's dead now. Alright, on this one we have 3 different things. We need to keep them stretched out and separated as we kill them. And then we will, of course, then kill the bomb at the end once they are all killed. And then they also spawn other little bombs that go towards the middle, which we could kill, or we could just eat the AoE. They explode when they go in the middle. We'll probably just eat the AoE at this point, I would assume. There's the first one down. Those guys are pretty close. Pretty close, done. Alright, can go kill the bomb now. And now we get to go on to our third boss, which is King Behemoth. This one has a lot of things going on. They used to have these towers you got to click on, all this stuff. Nobody does any of that anymore. You just eat through the damage. And basically he drops meteors. And you got to place them so you can get behind him for his big attack. That's it. I don't know what is going on with these poles. Then you got these big iron giants coming in to like hit people. It's crazy. That's good placement right there. I like that one. In there. As soon as it's done, you can come back in. Okay, I got one this time, so I'm going to be max melee. He's dead now. See? Very easy. He even gets a death scene. Huh, interesting. It's been so long since I did this, I forgot about this. Yeah. Oh, they're already fighting him. Oh wait, I was in the cutscene, they're already fighting him. This guy's pretty simple. The main thing is, other than dodging a couple of these floor AoEs, is that he's about to go to the middle and do this thing called an Ancient Flare, and we all have to get back on our pads. Because if we don't, then it will not erect this barrier, and then it's an insta-wipe of the entire raid. You don't want that to happen. Wow, I almost got almost the full Uma set. He's going to do it again. If we wipe, it'll be right here. Because this is the one people try to not do. Yep, they killed him anyway. Okay, they killed him before he went off. Alright, cool. They risked it, because if that goes off and they don't get him down that last 1%, then everybody wipes, we start over, which kind of sucks. Not the whole dungeon, just the fight. But we got him. It's all good. In the hood. I was not going to risk it. I did not want to be the person that caused that, so yeah. Labyrinth of the Ancients complete. Let's see. Oh, I was kind of hoping I would get the pants would be in there. Because if the pants were in there, then yeah, that would have been amazing. I would have gotten the entire Fuma set. Alright, let's get our post cutscenes. Ho there, monkey. Very impressive, I must say. Your name should be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldician colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. A giant of a man wielding a shining scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon, not an Arceron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from the musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegans' extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this! Well, well, there it is. The foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through the maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Quinex, fine for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. So good of you to join us, Monkey. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the Labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how to best proceed. For prosperity. The fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time the assembly was called to order. Rambros will be presiding over the meeting, if you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Welcome back, Monkey. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Grahatia's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I'll begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses, before proceeding to secure the maze around the base of the spire. According to Monkey's account, the Labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbing, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allagan technology. In short, our misgivings were well-founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by chaotic shifting Earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which much surely will be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses have been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons. And that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I'm going to take my leave of you for the time. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with my own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll be doing nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Monkey. I am well aware that I should never be a match for one of your innate talents, however hard I train. But that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disguise during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit for our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which has been obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allagan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I begin to understand the reliance they place on you place on adventurers, old friend. So this is the legacy of the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source awaiting the top of the tower is a match even for the ultimate weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they have a greater destiny in mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Our boy Nero is back. All right. So that was the first part right there. We're going to leave this one here. That's part 1. We'll start on part 2, which is going to be the circus tower, entering that tower structure. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.